Cobby, what a win. But especially for those of us who were at Old Trafford a few weeks ago, that's very, very sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's haunted me still, up until this day, really. But that eases the pain. Obviously, a great performance and top of the table clashes. Yeah, great performance, great win.
Take it from the start. Northamptonshire, the bowlers have been very strong in the power play all season. Excellent again today.
Absolutely. Yeah, we just spoke about that. I think our bowlers were fantastic. They set the tone in the power play, got early wickets, and we were kind of, we stayed on top for most of the game, but from then on, really.
One of the things that's been talked about is, statistically, again, maybe the death bowling's been not quite as strong as you would want it to be, but again, it just did the job tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been outstanding with the ball, and there's probably one over in that 20 that you could probably question, and that's against probably arguably the greatest hitter in the game currently, up there with Liam Livingstone. So, that can happen. I'm sure, Freddie will bounce back from that. But, yeah, everyone else, fantastic with the ball. Really set the game up first half to be able to go and do that second half.
And it says a lot about the character within the side that having gone for 4 sixes, Freddie Heldrick off Tim David, he held his nerve, got a wicket at the later in the over.
Absolutely, and it's every day's a learner for Freddie at the minute, and he'll definitely be stronger for that going forward. So he'll learn his lessons, and he's been excellent. So I'm sure he'll continue with that and improve with the lessons learned.
No Chris Lynn, obviously not fit for this one. Emilio Gay goes up the order, takes his chance, and sets the run chase off on a perfect note with Ben Curran.
Yeah, look, Emilio's got 30 there, but for me, the intent he showed first game to come in and play like that, it was outstanding. He set the tone, got us off to a flyer, and we kind of never looked back from there. So for him to come in front of a sellout crowd and do that, I'm so pleased for him. He loves his 4-day batting, but he also loves the big lights and the big crowd. So I'm sure he'll be pleased with that. And I thought he was outstanding. And Ben Curran actually played a nice, senior role without Linny at the top there.
And when you think that, all things being equal, it probably would have been Chris Lynn and Ricardo Vasconcelos opening in T20 cricket. You got two lads there, might not have played otherwise, that have done the job.
Yeah, 100%. And that's sport. Injuries happen, but it's obviously we're in a great place to have people that are raring to go and ready to take their opportunity. Ultimately, that's going to create selection headaches as we go on, but that's part and parcel of the job, and I'd much rather be in that situation than the opposite.
And from your point of view, rather similar innings to the Derbyshire game, which again was a similar sort of total. You went in, took the game by the scruff of the neck, class act, and proved it.
Yeah, feeling good. And once I kind of got going, I felt that the game was kind of dead and buried to a degree, and it was a little bit on trying to claw some of that run rate back that we lost so heavily first game of the season. We managed to do a bit of that whilst getting over the line early. So obviously, very pleased with that.
So moving on to Worcestershire now, weather permitting. What's the thought about Chris Lynn? May give him this one off as well. Maybe focus on next week.
We'll see how he is in the morning. Like I say, a bit of weather around. I'm sure he'd like to play a 5-over game if it gets down to that. But yeah, we're kind of seeing where he is day by day. He doesn't feel horrific. He feels not far off, and he's got one eye on being fit and firing for the back end of the comp, and hopefully pushing for finals. So he's got one eye on that, and luckily the way we're playing our cricket at the minute, we can afford to make sure he's right.
Northamptonshire haven't beaten Lancashire too often in T20 cricket. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and to think it should have been twice. But yeah, the cricket we're playing at the minute is a joy to captain, to be honest. And I said to the group, sell out crowd, let's make sure they're coming back the following week, let's put on a show, entertain them, make sure they keep coming back to enjoy themselves, and looks like they have, so fingers crossed we can keep having big crowds for the rest of the comp.